Ever had that one student who rolls their eyes so hard you can practically hear it? Yeah, we've all been there. Let me tell you about the time a fifth grader once told me right to my face, "You're not the boss of me." And for a moment, I had to remind myself that, yes, in fact, I was the boss of him. But I'll be honest, it kind of did rattle me. Here's the question I want you to hold on to. What if that disrespectful moment wasn't really about you at all? By the end of this episode, you'll know how to keep your cool, uncover what's really driving that behavior, and turn power struggles into productive relationships. Welcome to the Teacher RockStar podcast, a show that's dedicated to helping you thrive in the classroom. I'm your host, Steve Hiles, a 20-year veteran teacher, and today we're going to be talking about one of the toughest and most important skills every teacher needs: how to manage a disrespectful student. I will be sharing 3 key points with you in this video. So I want you to stick around to the end because I'm going to be sharing the real remedy, the one mindset shift that completely changes how students respond to you. Okay? So let's get going here. Point 1, understand the why behind the disrespect. Here's the thing. Disrespect is almost never personal. It's communication, just in its least polished form. Think about it. When a student blurts out something rude, it's usually because they feel powerless, embarrassed, or unseen. Their words are just a smoke signal saying, "I'm not okay." You know, I once had a student, let's call her Mia, who loved to argue. She challenged everything. At first, I saw it as defiance. Then I learned she was living with 3 younger siblings and basically parenting them every single night. Arguing was how she survived. Now, here's a stat that might interest you. According to the National Center for Education Statistics, over 1 in 5 students say they rarely feel heard by their teachers. Okay? That silence often shows up later as sarcasm, defiance, or flat-out resistance. So the first step is curiosity, not control. Instead of reacting with, "Don't talk to me that way," try, "I can tell you're upset. What's going on?" Okay, you're not giving up your authority. You're modeling emotional regulation, and that sets the stage for real change.
The Teacher RockStar Academy course is meticulously designed to equip you with the tools and strategies needed to skyrocket your effectiveness as a teacher. Curious to know if the Teacher RockStar Academy course is the missing piece in your teaching journey? If you're ready to reclaim control of your classroom and witness the incredible impact on your students, then use the link in the podcast description to learn more about this program.
Okay, moving on to point 2. Let's talk about what to do in that specific moment, because theory is great until a kid mutters something disrespectful right in front of the entire class. Okay? So, the next time a student pushes your buttons, pause. Don't react. Smile. You heard me. Yes, just smile. It confuses their expectations and breaks the power loop instantly. They expect anger, but you deliver calm. That's a plot twist they never saw coming. I once paused for 3 long seconds after a student rolled his eyes at me. Then I said, "You good?" The whole room exhaled. No yelling, no detention, just quiet accountability. Here's what's powerful about this, okay? When you model composure, students borrow it. You're teaching them, without a lecture, how to self-regulate. So in that split second, ask yourself, what's the lesson here? Behavior or content? Because 9 times out of 10, the real lesson is emotional intelligence. Okay, moving on to point 3, building the relationship after the incident. Okay, this is what I want you to do. Once the heat dies down, the repair work begins. That's where the real magic happens. Okay, here's the secret. The goal isn't to win the argument. It's to win the relationship. Pull the student aside later, not in front of his or her peers. Say something like, "I care about how we work together. Can we talk about what happened earlier?" Now, let me assure you, that simple act of dignity changes everything. You're not lowering your expectations. You're raising their sense of worth. Students don't need perfect teachers. They need consistent ones. When they see you handle disrespect without losing your cool, they learn how to manage frustration in their own lives. Now, remember that mindset shift I mentioned to you earlier? Well, here it is. Stop trying to control the student. Control the climate. All right? Because when you manage the emotional climate of your classroom, respect becomes the natural byproduct. Okay? Very, very important thing to remember here. So, the next time a student tests you, breathe, smile. Get curious, not furious. And remember, you're shaping more than just behavior. You're shaping emotional intelligence for life. You got the tools now to handle disrespect without losing your sanity or your sense of humor. Now, if this episode helps you, share it with a fellow teacher who might need a little backup this week. And hey, stay tuned for the next video coming up where I'll share more classroom tips and strategies to make your teaching life smoother. Well, that's a wrap for us. We'll see you same time, same place next week. And remember, my friend, you got this.
You've been listening to the Teacher RockStar podcast with your host, Steve Hiles. We hope you've enjoyed this podcast as much as we have. Make sure to hit that subscribe button and join our ever-growing community of Teacher RockStars. Until then, thanks for listening.